Alright, we are back with a new series on the channel, Sean Avery Dynasty Mode. Sean Avery is going to be the coach for the Boston College Eagles. As you see here, we're making him as aggressive as possible because that is Sean Avery. He's an aggressive human being. So here, I was debating between going with UConn or Boston College, and I ultimately end up with the BC Eagles. They're not that bad of a school. They do get some 4 stars, not really any 5 stars, but they do get their 4 stars, 3 stars. That's where they usually excel at, but they're not getting any of the top recruits like Alabama. Here we get an achievement. I don't know why, but yeah, they get the solid recruits, but they're never able to do anything in a tough ACC division. With teams like Clemson, Florida State did drop off, Virginia Tech. I'm probably missing someone else as well. Syracuse is okay. Some other good teams in that division. I'm not really in Miami. Yeah. So there's some really good competition they have to deal with every year. But yeah, here's our lineup. I did a quick skipping around here. A.J. Dillon's going to be our biggest piece, obviously, in 96, I believe. 96 overall, and we have some solid wide receivers, but no one's coming near to A.J. Dillon. He's a potential Heisman candidate, actually, in real life, going into his junior year. But this is going into his sophomore year this year. Tommy Sweeney from Ramland. Here we continue. Our line isn't that bad, actually. Just need some work on our right tackle, as you can see. But yeah, other than I think our offense actually isn't that bad. We just don't have a great quarterback, which we're gonna have to recruit, bring in one. But running back for the next 2 years, if Dillon stays, is gonna be, or 3 years, because sophomore, junior, senior, it's gonna be a lock. Defense isn't too bad. We could definitely work on our linebacking core. Also, in addition, we could work on our secondary. As you can see, it needs some help. Nothing really standing out, and if we're going to get to that next level, we're going to have to get some big-time recruits. Really good free safety and strong safety, but our cornerbacks do need some work. Expectations for this year, they're not that high. You're going to see my schedule in a little bit, but I'm just a voiceover, so I don't know what the result of this game is going to be. But you see, we're opening up with LSU. We got a couple tough matchups, and we're playing a decent amount of ranked teams. Clemson's going to be the big one, number 2 seed in the country. And here we're just redshirting some guys. But yeah, Clemson's going to be the big game. LSU was a tough game to start off the year, as it should have been, though. As I said, this is this past year's draft class, so we do have Zach Allen and some of these other guys. What is Zach Allen? A defensive end, but we do have some of these guys. But Clemson, for the most part, they're going to be really good for the next 3 years, right? Because he's going to play his junior year, guaranteed. They're going to be really good with Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence alone can guide them to a national championship each year. So if we really want to beat them, here's just our recruiting. I'm looking. I really would like to take more time on this next episode to analyze what I'm doing here, but we're just basically filling in positional needs. That's really it. We could get this halfback, and you'll see I have to go after a quarterback, but yeah, halfback, defensive end, these are positions we could use as either starters in the future or just depth pieces. Yeah, so basically, I don't think it's going to be really hard to get a 4 or 5 star in this until we start winning games and building a reputation up. And also, you'll notice the pipeline states. So New York and New Jersey are big states to get recruits from, and that's where we do narrow it down to 2 states that I think we really are looking towards, because those have not a lot easier, but it's easier than a state like, as you see out here, Ohio or Arizona. It's much easier because the pipeline connection, I think, in a way, gives you bonus points. So here we see this athlete, basically an athlete, if you don't know, can play multiple positions, and we'll see where we could suit him best, but we could use a player like this to come in a variety of positions. We could use wide receiver depth, or maybe another halfback, or even throw him at cornerback. So and here we're looking at the LSU lineup. Very good team. Their defense is also unreal. You'll see as we get to that. Solid O-line, but look at this depth on defense. Look at that. White is unreal at middle linebacker, and their secondary with Greedy Williams, that's just scary. And safety core as well. So we realize that this is going to be a tough game as we head into this and Sean Avery's debut with the Boston College Eagles. But one positive heading into this is that it is a home game. So that's a big advantage for us to get going. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. And the first play of the game, a return. I think we might. I don't know if we actually won the coin toss, but still, you see here, it is Sean Avery's debut. I don't know ultimately why we picked Sean Avery, but just go with it, okay? Just a tribute to the legend himself. There's Tommy Sweeney, passing game to start off the season. This quarterback we have is pretty weak, so we're gonna need a big commitment next year, but you're going to notice here that the goal is just to feed A.J. Dillon, and rightfully so. The guy can run and run and run. And just, yeah, this is what happens when you don't. Big time play for the defense, and now we have to convert on a long third down to start off the game. And one thing I will add, and you probably noticed already as we are halfway through the first quarter, is that I messed up big time, and we should be having a longer quarter. And yep, another sack. I have 4-minute quarters, but they really should be 8 minutes. I think I'm going to do that next game and for the rest of the season. It's more content, and it's going to, I guess, allow for more, I guess, chances to, big plays either on defense or offense. So you see LSU, they got a little drive going here. Forgot exactly who their quarterback was, but I know it says, but I don't remember him in real life. That's what I mean. Yes, they got a big running game as well, but I have faith in our defense because we got some playmakers. I mean, you haven't really seen them, but Zach Allen's out there, and here we get a big-time interception as they were driving, a big pick, and that's going to stop them and give us the ball for the opportunity to go down and maybe get points of our own.
Be more aggressive. Do some things to change it up.
Here we go on the pass, scrambling, and you're going to notice right now and later in the game. I mean, maybe I had someone open, but at the time, it all looks covered. They have a really good pass defense. I don't know what Dillon was doing there, running right into him, but it worked out because everything works out. Dillon, he is a beast. But yeah, their pass coverage was phenomenal. They don't have the best pass rush. As I say that, I mean, get freaking sacked. But yeah, their actual coverage was tremendous this game. I mean, we could not get anything going. Here we get the ball back, and let's see what we can do on a 3rd and 11. Big time completion and catch right there. And now we're going to continue this drive. Hopefully we can put up some points heading into the second half.
Now he tries to buy some time.
And there's a incompletion.
Boy, they really...
All right, so another 3rd down. We got to go for it. And the first half is coming to a close. And yet again, we get sacked.
You can get. This is the point in the game where you don't want to make
they get the ball back after a return. And basically thought the half was over until that catch. Like, of course, 3 seconds left. And yeah, they're taking the lead heading into the half in what seems like a not so high scoring game.
That defense is feeling pretty good about point lead.
So they score the first points. Now they got the ball and big time QB keep right there for a big rush. So now they got a little drive going early in the second half. Yet again, I apologize. These should be longer games. It's not as eventful as it should be. So that's my bad.
And he's level at the
big time sack again, and we're holding them. We're doing our best to hold them. And here's another rush, and we're gonna clamp up. I don't know why they run the ball in a third and long situation, but we'll take it. So now we get the ball back, and I said to myself, Sean Avery said to himself and to his offensive coordinator that we are running it down their throats, and you're gonna see right here what A.J. Dillon does best. We kept feeding him the ball. He kept doing his thing. Another first down. Here we're gonna switch it up a little. I'm not a big fan of this guy's arm or what he's capable of doing. He doesn't have the best speed or arm or accuracy, but every now and then we feed Sweeney, and that looks like our guy. I don't know about our two other wide receivers, Walker and the other guy, but I know that we have Dillon and Sweeney. We're usually reliable. And yet again, the big third down here, 3rd and 3. I don't know if we can trust our kicker. And Dillon gets clamped up on the line, and now we're faced with a 4th and inches, and we say we're going for it. This is it. This is the game pretty much, because I don't know if we're getting the ball back. And Dillon comes through, and so does the O-line, pushing him back. Another first down for A.J. Dillon, doing his thing. This is what happens when you feed this guy the ball. I mean, we get first downs, we get yards, we're chewing up the clock. Another first down, and we are now within the 5-yard line. And here we hand it off to Dillon, and he puts it in the end zone. A big touchdown and not so high-scoring game. And now we are going to have to play defense as we make it 7-3 here. We're going to have to have a big stop and do what we've been doing all game, hold them down, because that's how it's been. We've held them to 3 points, pretty much 3.5 quarters. We got a little return here, and now we're going to have to clamp up. You hear how loud it is, the stadium. We go for a little check down, and now it's a 2nd down.
Minutes in the game.
And here we go again. And he had him wide open, and he missed his guy by a mile, and now it's down to 3rd down. The Eagles' defense is stepping up. I guess quarterback error is also stepping up. Yet again, a small check down, not that big of a game, and now it's a 4th down situation, and the game's on the line. There goes the quarterback, he's scrambling, and a big-time play as we were able to hold him, and now it is our ball, and we could basically chew it down. Big 4th down stop by the defense on that QB keeper, and Dillon's just going to pound it, and
from the 27-yard line.
That's going to probably do it here. A big performance by A.J. Dillon in the offense in the second half. Not so much so. Only 7 points throughout the game. I think we definitely are going to raise the time, but they did what they had to do. They scored the only touchdown of the game and the most important time as well, and our defense stepped up. Say what you want, a big interception in the first quarter. Our playmakers made some big-time plays today. And now we are going to be starting off the year 1-0. As here we're seeing a couple more rushes by Dillon. We do try to pound it in, but yeah, it didn't really work out. So we're just going to take the kneel and call it a game as we head to a 1-0 on the year in front of the home crowd. Started off the BC Eagles, and they weren't really expected heading into this game, but they came through. Quarterback's actually from Clifton, New Jersey. Didn't really know that, but Dillon, you see here, 150 yards. When we got him involved, he produced, and that's what happens. You get your playmakers involved, and they do their thing. AJ Dillon, Tommy Sweeney, he put together 30 yards. Not really impressive receiving because their secondary was lethal. It wasn't even worth it. But yeah, we got some sacks, big interception later in the game as well. Defense did what they had to do. It was a defensive war, you could say that. But that's it for this episode. I'll see you next week when we take on Wake Forest, who is also 1-0, and try to stay perfect. I'll see you, boys.